Influencers who lie and say they have diseases and disorders and conditions that they do not have are the worst of the worst. I have found out recently about an Aussie influencer named Belle Gibson who was actually claiming to have brain cancer, you guys, and she did not. She was raking in millions of dollars with this lie that she told to the world. She gained millions of followers. She wrote books, had apps, you name it. She was raking in the dough. So I have some TikToks here and some information that has just become new to me, so I figured we would take a look at it together. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Hey everyone, it's me, Alegra. I can't believe this. Have you heard about this influencer? Her name was Belle Gibson, and she's an Aussie influencer, so she was from Australia, based in Australia. And in 2013, she started writing online that initially she was saying she had all these different disorders. She was saying that she had, I think, a heart attack or two, and she had just all different kinds of disorders. She claimed she died and she came back, and then she decided to claim that she had been diagnosed with terminal brain cancer, and she claimed that the doctors told her she had 4 months to live, and this was all being written on her Instagram through videos and just her posts. She was sharing her diagnosis with the world, but turns out, you guys, it was all a lie, because what happened is that she was claiming that she had brain cancer, and then she claimed she had 4 months to live. She was also a mom, and she then claimed, though, that she started a natural diet, and she claimed that she did this diet where she did everything holistically, and she claimed she cured herself, and she wrote a book about it and had an app, and so she was selling the book, selling the app to vulnerable people who were looking for any ounce of hope to try to save themselves or their loved ones. And they were buying her book and buying her app, believing that maybe because she claimed it saved her, that it would save their loved ones or themselves, and it was all a lie. So I do have some of the footage here, different clips of how she was exposed for telling this lie. She continues to lie about it to this day. So let's take a look at this TikTok here that I just saw. Tara on 60 Minutes Australia really tried her very best and really did do a good job of exposing her, and I have one of the clips here to share with you. Let's go ahead and take a look at it.
Would you accept that you're a pathological liar?
No.
You go into extraordinary details. I had surgery about 7 hours ago. The doctor comes in and tells me the draining failed and I went into cardiac arrest and died for just under 3 minutes. I had the most intense bruising from the paddles when they electrocuted me back to consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Minus the wires and constant throwing up of blood. Anyway, the procedure failed and I died.
See, I haven't read back through all of that. But I also think when you're young and have gone through the situation I had just gone through, you are melodramatic. I don't have...
Melodramatic now? I mean, they're straight out lies. You weren't in hospital. You're claiming you were. You claimed you died twice. You didn't. You claimed you had 2 cardiac arrests. You didn't. That's not melodramatic. That's straight out lying.
It is.
Extraordinary lies. And if you lie about that, and you go to those extraordinary lengths to create the story around that lie, how can we believe anything you say now? You claimed also in your book that you underwent chemotherapy and radiotherapy for 2 months. True or false?
At the time...
True or false?
True, because at the time I believed I was having radiotherapy.
So, false.
Wasn't...
Belle, please. I mean, either you're interested in getting to the bottom of this and presenting the facts as they are, the facts, or you're not.
Tara, I'm trying to draw on information.
No, don't draw on information. Just be honest.
I am being
Please
honest
be
with you.
I'm trying to be open to what you're saying, but you were just muddying the waters with every answer. You set up a guy who's some quack, you're now saying, as a conventional doctor, giving you conventional treatment that is not helping your brain tumours, so you leave it. That's what you set up in your book, right? You didn't write it as you've just told it to me. You didn't write it who this man was. You didn't write that he came to you in your home. You didn't write that the chemotherapy and radiotherapy you claim to have is not what most people would have. You didn't write it like that. I mean, in 2009 was a really bad year for you, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. You had 3 heart operations. You suffered 2 cardiac arrests. You died twice on the operating table. You had a stroke, and you were diagnosed with an inoperable brain tumour and given 4 months to live.
Correct. And
all that happened.
I still have the heart condition, and I was supposed to have surgery for that.
You were supposed to have surgery.
And I didn't.
And why did you tell people that you had 3 surgeries?
At the time, I think going back, I was late teens, and I was going through a lot of emotional trauma and a lot of abuse at the time. I've not been intentionally untruthful. I've been openly conveying and speaking about what was my reality and what is my reality today.
And will you accept that your reality does not actually match reality?
It doesn't match your normal or your reality.
Guys, can you believe that? She's like asking her what happened, and Belle, Tara asks her what happened, and Belle's like, she goes, I have to reference. If it happened to you, you don't have to reference anything. You know what happened to you. You tell you were there. It happened to you. You tell the story what happened to you. She didn't even remember what she wrote in the book. She didn't even remember how she wrote these things in the book. She has, I have to look, like, basically she's saying I have to try to remember what I wrote in the book because it's all proven to be lies. So, wow. And then do you see how she had, like, trying to make tears in her eyes? I think she was trying to make herself start to cry, but she couldn't. It wouldn't come out because I see a lot of people lie and then they start crying. Oh, how could you say that to me? And they turn it back on so you feel bad for them. It looks like she was trying to do that. Like her eyes were like getting more, watery, teared up, but then the tears wouldn't come out. So you can see she was probably like hoping that the tears would come out, but they didn't because she's a liar and oh my goodness, just so horrible. So not only was Belle claiming, though, that she had cancer and that she had these heart issues and heart attacks, but she was also claiming that her brother was autistic. So she had been telling not only lies about her own health and her own conditions, which were, again, all lies, but she was also lying on her brother, saying that he had autism.
Most of what Belle has said in her life has turned out to be wildly untrue. Unfortunately, Belle's word is just not something that you can trust. She also said that her brother is autistic, and that is not true. Her brother Nick has actually since spoken out and said that Belle is someone who has always lied a lot, and her lies have caused him, as you can imagine, a lot of hardship over the years.
Talk about the family is what irritates Nick the most. And he's especially angry at an invention used by Belle to garner sympathy on multiple occasions that he is autistic.
I mean, you have a very offended brother who claims he has no idea why you would describe him as autistic.
It is heartbreaking. Excuse me. Sorry. It is heartbreaking for me that he still carries stigma.
I don't think that comment means he carries stigma. I mean, he's upset with you for describing him as having autism.
Because he does.
I don't have autism at all, no. Even when I was a kid, she used to call me retard.
She enjoys whatever sympathy, notoriety, money, whatever it is, she enjoys what the lies bring her.
You guys, I had not heard that part of Belle's story. I had heard that she was claiming that her brother was autistic, but I did not know that she was actually verbally abusing him his whole life, calling him the R word since he was a child, and then going and telling the whole world this. I mean, what a monster. What a monster. It wasn't enough to get all the attention and all the money for her own fake disorders and illnesses, but now she had to make up ones about her family members, particularly about her brother too. It wasn't enough. She wasn't getting enough attention claiming she had brain cancer and was going to die, and she's a young mom. No, she had to make up lies about her brother too, claiming he had autism, and on top of it, did you hear what he said, guys? She was calling him the R word his whole life since he was little. That's just absolutely what a monster. And then sitting there acting like an angel. Sitting there on the show, that was a 60 Minutes. Australia did an interview of her. I actually have that. I'll show you guys that in a moment. I haven't watched the whole thing though, so I figured we watch it together. But a lot of this is a lot of information that is new to me as well. So I just can't believe it. I just cannot. I had heard that she was faking brain cancer and wrote the books and things like that, but to even bring your brother into it and to also child abuse, also to be treating him so horrifically when he was a child on top of it, that is just unbelievably horrible. So I do have another clip here from the 60 Minutes interview, and here is just more lies that she's being caught in. She's a serious compulsive liar, very mentally ill, because she cannot even answer the most simplest questions without these bizarre responses. So let's go ahead and take a look at this interview that, again, this is from 60 Minutes Australia.
You're 23, right? Well, actually, how old are you?
I've always been raised as being currently a 26-year-old.
How old are you?
Well, I live knowing, as I've always known, that I would be 26.
Okay, Belle. This is a really, really simple question. How old are you?
I believe that I'm 26.
And?
I have two birth certificates, and I've had my name changed 4 times. The identity crisis there is big, but that was my normal when I was growing up, Tara. That
What do you know the truth to be now?
that's probably a question that we'll have to keep digging for, because it's not something I've ever understood or had answers around.
Right, so when you needed to file some financial documents, how did you choose the birth date you gave, if you don't know?
With my most recent deed poll paper, which has the younger of the age and the most recent of the name.
Right, so currently, then, according to those documents, you're 23.
Correct.
You guys, she can't even be honest about her age on television to the world. She's even on TV lying about her age. I don't know what, I would love to know what this disorder is called. This is real. It's really kind of creepy. It's really kind of creepy to watch that right there, because it just looked like mental illness, serious mental illness, that she can't even not lie like about her age, or she can't even keep the story straight. That was very, very weird. But she's obviously insane. Wow. I wonder what they would call this. It's, is she just evil? I don't know, guys. There is a new Netflix series coming out based on Belle, and it's called Apple Cinder Vinegar. And it is going to tell this is the true story now, not her lies. It's going to tell the true story of scammer Belle Gibson and how she faked having inoperable brain cancer. And in the upcoming series, Caitlin Dever is playing the con artist Belle. And it tells the story of how she launches a social media empire claiming that she was able to cure her illnesses through health and wellness. It's going to be released on February 6th, again on Netflix. And I do have a clip from the series here, so let's go ahead and take a look at that.
You'd have to be an actual sociopath to do that, and I am not. I mean, I could do like 50 personality quizzes right now, and I am an empath every time.
Netflix's highly anticipated new series, Apple Cider Vinegar, is based on cancer scam artist Belle Gibson, but a source has revealed the streaming service did not reach out to Belle at all. Gibson created The Whole Pantry, an app and cookbook, and claimed to have beaten brain cancer through diet, exercise, natural medicine, and alternative medicine therapies. She earned considerable money from The Whole Pantry and promised to deliver a share of her profits to several charities. However, the money allegedly never made it to the charities, leading to people discovering the truth about her claims. A close friend of Belle's told Yahoo Lifestyle no one from Netflix had contacted Belle, adding, Apple Cider Vinegar is being made with zero contact with Belle. The friend said Gibson will not be watching the series prior to it being screened, but another source revealed Belle is very keen to see what they've done with the story. Netflix has been very careful with the making of the show, ensuring they call it a truish story based on a lie. Many people believe Belle will be hoping Netflix crosses a line so she can make some profit out of the series. However, an insider said Netflix have crossed their T's and dotted their I's and don't believe Gibson will have a case against them.
Well, that's really good to hear that they're not going to be giving her, I guess, hopefully she's not profiting. Netflix didn't contact her, they didn't work with her on this, so maybe they're just taking all of the information from the court case, because she did actually go to court. She was, I believe, prosecuted.
Strutting into the federal court, Belle Gibson appeared unflappable. But within minutes of being grilled by prosecutors about her failure to pay her $410,000 fine, the unemployed cancer con woman was in tears.
Instead of headlines like this, Belle started getting headlines like this. And books written about her like this.
And so they're taking all the information from her social media posts, all of her just lies that are out there in the world. And then she was also in trouble for, she was claiming that she only made, at one point there was another court case that she had where she was claiming she only made $13,000 a year, but then she had $90,000 in expenses, and they were like, how did you, how are you paying for these expenses? She claimed she spent $90,000 on fashion and makeup. So, and she was claiming she didn't have any income. Then she went and said she was working in a strip club, and she claimed she didn't make any money at the strip club. And she said that this was after she got caught. She was saying that she didn't get paid, and she was just working there to help out a friend at the strip club. But then the woman that owned the strip club came forward and said, no, I was paying her in cash. That was another lie. She was getting paid in cash at the strip club, and she was actually working there, helping the woman out that owned the strip club. So the lies just spiral and spiral and spiral. It just goes so deep, you guys. So let me know what you guys think. Are you going to be checking out this new series? Have you heard of Belle Gibson? What do you think of these influencers faking illnesses for money? They're making millions of dollars. Belle actually now, currently, I did read up on her, and she's now claiming that she joined some kind of religious society or some different cultural society or, tribe in Ethiopia. I have to look more into it, but she's actually speaking in Ethiopian dialect, like broken English or broken, with her, it's no longer an Australian accent now. She has on this Ethiopian accent. Yeah, here she is. And right now she's saying, actually, I don't even know, is this her real Instagram? It is called Belle Gibson Official. And she says, hey guys, so Bantu here. Belle Gibson was my slave name. Is this really her though? I'm finally back on Instagram and I'm single and ready to mingle. Oh no, that cannot be her. That's gotta be fake, right? It's saying here that anyone who has any African diseases they'd like me to cure, throw them my way. Oh, this is definitely fake, but this is actually a real picture. She's supposedly in Africa. She's dressing like this kind of modest way and speaking in an Ethiopian accent. What do you guys think though? Are you going to be checking out the series? Have you heard about her? What do you think of these people lying and saying they have diseases? I know a lot of you told me that there is so many people out there on social media claiming that they have diseases and Tourette's and autism and all kinds of things, cancers that they don't have. So I'm gonna look into it more, guys. Send me the links if you see anybody that you'd like us to look into. Let me know about it. But you guys, I hope you're all doing good, and thanks so much for spending time with me today, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.